know what this means. If you're seeing all these vultures sitting here, we are just about at the lion sighting. Isn't that amazing? They're all watching in anticipation, but let's quickly go forward. I can see the lions moving around. Let's see what they're up to. They're not far ahead. They're just up in front of us. Can't wait to tell you what happened this morning. It was so exciting. Right, lions. Round 2. There we go. You can see them all up and moving. Some of them are. I'm going to try and get the best position. The male's off. He's in hot pursuit of a female. Let's see what's going on here. I want to try and work out where the carcass is, or they've almost eaten all of it. Oh, there's 2 males here. Oh, let's have a look here. Oh, look, watch. There's 2 males. Sorry, I parked on a bit of a... Listen, turn your volume up. Now, we've got Nat.Geo here, which is the male that we're looking at, and of course Mfumo at the back. They're both growling at each other. There's obviously some serious tension here at the moment, as this lioness must be coming into estrus, and they both obviously want to mate with her. Now, this morning we had the most incredible lion sighting, as I'm sure you watched the highlights. But I was lucky enough to just get into the sighting just at the right time. And they took down a buffalo calf right here. It was very exciting. And it seems as though we were missing one lioness. And of course, Mr. Nat.Geo, who seems to be back now. And I'm sure they've joined in on the feast, on feasting on the carcass. Hopefully we'll be able to get a better view in a little bit of the carcass, but I can just see a glimpse of it. It's probably going to be difficult for you. It seems as though they've eaten most of it already. But I don't know if you can hear all the commotion that's going on. There's quite a bit of growling. You can see how tense Nat.Geo is, how he's swishing his tail around and always looking over his shoulder. It seems like they've both got lionesses at their side. Looks like Amber Eyes sitting closest to us, and I suspect that it's the other youngest lioness with Mfumo in the back. Hello, Amber Eyes. You missed out on the action this morning. But wouldn't it be exciting if we do get to see Madam Amber Eyes mate with this male? I have to tell you as well, there was a big buffalo bull not too far from here as we were coming around. He's probably about 60 meters away, and he's on his own. Now, I'm hoping that he does come in this direction. Hello, everyone. Just saying hello. Let's see. He's obviously very keen on mating with her. You can see he's standing up, coming over, trying to coax her. I'm going to reposition now. I want to try and navigate a little bit closer so that if we do get into a bit of a disagreement between the 2 males, we'll have a chance to see them. And look, the others have just arrived as well. Look at the cubs. Everyone's sitting here. It's so nice. We finally got the gang together. Now, I know I've parked at a very awkward angle. I must apologize, but we are going to move in just a moment. A big yawn. You see the nice big full bellies, a lovely little greet over there. Let me go forward a little bit. Just reposition just slightly. And just I want to show you the little carcass that they've been munching on. Oh, they actually haven't eaten too much. Oh, guys. Hi, little cubs. You see the carcass in there? You can see it just laying. It wasn't a big buffalo. I suspect they will finish it tonight, though. And now they're going to be very careful not to move too far away from the carcass, because we've seen all those vultures who are eagerly watching, waiting for one of the lion or the pride to move away. You can see they're going to come up now. Some of the other cubs are starting to wake up. Going to have a little play. That's nice. using the luxury facilities right there. They never seem to move too far, the lions. They just sort of go where they sleep and sleep where they go. Everybody's waking up. What luck I've been having the last few days. It's actually ridiculous. I can't believe it. And Nkuhumas have always been very, very kind to me. Look at these two rolling on their backs. Yeah, it's quite funny. Look at you two. These look like the two oldest cubs. They're growing up very, very fast. Nice full bellies on a lovely cool day. It hasn't been too hot. Lion's paradise. Oh, big yawn from the little one in the back. Having a little rub on some grass. Careful, that's might have a few prickles on it. Now this little cub is one of my favorites. And I know it's the one that has got a little bit of mange, which we have spotted, and it's coming through. But this little one is so sweet, and was the one this morning that was the first one to tuck into that buffalo. Even while there was a bit of commotion between the male not letting the females want to come and eat, this little one didn't care and decided to tuck straight in. Everyone's waking up now. And of course, always going back to mom or any one of the females just to look for a little bit of attention. Very itchy. Lucian, good afternoon. You've asked a wonderful question. We're wondering if there are any other terms, sort of other than mother, brother, aunt, sister, that what we as guides always use to describe the relationships between the whole pride that we've got here. I'm just trying to think. We normally just refer to them as aunt and uncle. I haven't really heard of anybody else using anything else. Perhaps if you've maybe heard of somebody else saying something, you could let me know. But since when I started guiding, we always refer to them as the mothers and the aunts and the siblings and so on and so on. So not that I've heard of anything, so I'm just always keeping a look just to make sure that I know exactly where everyone is. No one is sneaking up behind us. Oh, that's a very nice shot you've got there. That's what happens when you eat so much meat. Unfortunately, your stomach works overtime. And I feel like this should be Jamie sitting here, because every time the animals go to the restroom, the luxury bathrooms, they always seem to hide behind trees. I don't mind them starting that trend with me. It's okay. Oh, hopefully, sorry, I need to just duck out of the way over there. Hopefully we'll get to see them up and eating. Like I said, they've eaten a fair amount of it, but there's still some left. And I'm surprised that it's actually not the cubs that are tucking in there, because every time we've seen them eating a carcass of which animal they've managed to kill, we always see those little cubs munching away for the entire day until their bellies are so full they're almost bursting at the seams. Right, I think we need to count the cubs. Roger has brought it to my attention. Let's see if all 8 are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 6 so far. And I think the other 2 are laying just in the distance. There you go. I think there's 2 more cubs. There's definitely 1 more. And I suspect the other one is there, perhaps having a little suckle. So I'm almost certain. All the lionesses are accounted for, which is nice. All 5 of them. And then aren't we lucky we've got 2 of the Birminghams, which we haven't seen for a long time. The Birminghams seem to split up on a regular basis. But Tinyo and Mfumo seem to be the 2 boys that we see quite often. And I'm missing Nena. Oh, here they come. Here comes a pair. This is Tinyo and Amber Eyes. It's just right next to the vehicle. Monique, afternoon to you. Now you want to know, or you were saying you thought that Amber Eyes was perhaps in estrus. You're wondering if she's in estrus, sorry, and whether you thought that she was perhaps pregnant. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't really been seeing Amber Eyes too often, and I have been away for some time now. So I didn't see her looking very pregnant at all before I left. And it's quite interesting, the whole scenario surrounding Amber Eyes and never having cubs before. So we will see what happens. I think she's in estrus. Maybe she's in false estrus. I'm not sure. I don't think she's taken just yet. We haven't really been seeing her mating too much. This is the first time for me, of course, so I could be mistaken. But we'll see. We'll spend a bit of time with them and perhaps see if this male manages to entice her to mating with them. But there's time to take a little nap, though. I think it's the perfect opportunity, though, to head over back to Jamie and see how her leopard sighting is going. We are back with the lions again, but they seem to have gone a little bit more horizontal than I would have liked. They gave us some great signs earlier of waking up and yawns and grooming. But now you can see they've gone and had a little bit of an afternoon fiesta. Hopefully they'll wake up again and start feeding on that wonderful carcass. See the vultures flying around in the background. They're all starting to come in and land on the ground. There's one flying in. They're slowly itching their way forward. They're very naughty hooded vultures. But I don't think that they will be able to creep their way through all these lions that are scattered out almost like landmines. It'll be a very dangerous walk for these vultures. Here we go, you can see them contemplating their next move. And a little starling that's joined them too. Oh, what happened there, Vulture? You got a bit of a fright. Oh, I just have to say thank you very much to James Richard. James has fed through a lovely comment and hoped and said that he's so happy to be back on dry, and he hoped that the rehearsals went well. They did go well. And you're also wondering if we've got any updates. Now, we do indeed have an incredible update, and we're going to show you a short clip very quickly, but I want to tell you a little bit about what happened. So we obviously arrived in the lion sighting, and as I got towards the sighting, I noticed to my left that the cubs were just standing by with eyes wide open. And of course I saw a cloud of dust from the buffalo, and the lions were in hot pursuit. I had no idea what they were chasing. They were just running after something. I'm not going to say too much more. I want you to see for yourself. Just come across, the lions have managed to catch a buffalo that they chased going through the thicket. Now it's a young calf. Come on, lions, you can take this down. Isn't this amazing? Come on, it's a little calf. The rest of the herd of buffalo have raced away. Unfortunately, I think this is the end. Look at this. I think unfortunately that this is indeed the end for this buffalo calf. You can see the male now going in, grabbing it by the throat. It needs to keep the calf quiet, otherwise the herd of buffalo are going to come back and try and chase these lions off. Well done, lions. Well done. Oh, you can see he is not letting anybody go to that carcass, which is going to be a bit of a problem because the females may gang up on him in order to get a good feed. The buffalo actually tried to get up again. I can't believe it, that it managed to gain that strength, perhaps with all the adrenaline that's also rushing through its body. And then, of course, everybody came through again And the males grab straight hold of the throat to try and close that jugular. Now, the lions haven't seemed to be doing too much more damage to this buffalo just yet, but we've got another lioness who's joined in and is starting to feed from the rump. Wasn't that incredible? That clip was amazing. It really doesn't do it justice though. And my favorite part, of course, about that entire sighting was seeing the amazing moves of that lioness when they go in for the second time to grab it, and how she grabs it and body slams it to the ground. That was just so impressive. We can imagine all of us when we were watching the highlights again, trying to not eat a fly, sorry, and how we were all having the time of our lives, having a good chuckle, and of course everybody was commenting on how it sort of looked like we were watching WWE for a moment. It was absolutely beautiful. Ooh, little one's got a stir. I must apologize. I'm swatting lots of flies away here because I know that they've been sitting on that horrible rotting carcass, and now they want to now enter my nasal cavity, which I do not want. Come on, little ones, please get up for us and go and have a nibble on that lovely fly-infested carcass. It looks so appetizing. Buffalo carpaccio. Anyone for a slice? David?
No, thanks.
You don't want a piece? Nope. It's lovely and cured in the sun. It would be so tender. No, I'm joking. I think I would be violently ill if either of us decided to go over and have a little munch on that carcass. But they don't seem to be too hungry at the moment, and I don't blame them. Well, that little cub is hungry. It's now tucking into mom's milk, which obviously there's nothing better than that, not even a buffalo. This is so lovely. This one having a good groom, spending quite a bit of its day, not having to rely on mom anymore to wash behind its ears, just making sure that it's nice and clean after having some steak for breakfast. Now, we haven't seen or heard any more action yet of Mr. Mfumo and the youngest lioness of the Nkuhuma Pride. Now, it's going to be very difficult for you to see. I'm just looking into the distance. Okay, we're going to get some action now. Everybody get ready, because the youngest lioness has just got up and she's going to start walking towards us. And so David, she's straight ahead of us, so you can just see through. It's difficult because of the sun as well. They're just through there, a little bit in the right behind those cluster leaves. Where are they gone? Have they got up already? No, they're still there. It's just very, very thick. I think you need to go a little bit lower down. What is it? We're just trying to find them. It is so thick, it's like a wall of trees. I can just see a little bit of movement. There you can see the male's mane in the top left corner of your screen. Now the lioness has stood up, and hopefully she's going to come straight towards basically the same route as the other lioness walked, as Amber Eyes walked, and this male. You can see him getting up now, and you can see her leading just in front. Now come around here. I'm hoping we're going to get a bit of a disagreement. So, young lioness, come on close. Obviously, the disagreement is not going to be between the lionesses. It's going to be between the two big Birminghams. You can see he's showing quite a bit of affection towards her. Come on, girl. No, going to have a little rest over there. That's all right. And back down. And you can see Mr. Tinyo over here has popped his head up, obviously as he heard the commotion, and he was looking over towards her. But now that Mr. Mfumo has gone flat, he knows he doesn't have to have anything to worry about just yet. And if you have perhaps just started watching, Tinyo means tooth, and that's from the scar on this male's left. Now, with having these Birminghams around, you can imagine it's obviously a lot safer for the pride. And I know Rob was wondering exactly that. He was wondering if the Birminghams being around will have added protection towards the cubs. Rob, for the entire pride, in fact, especially when there's a kill close by. Oh, my camera on my lap, I can't fit. And that's because the hyenas wouldn't dare risk coming in to try and take a nip at that carcass if the big boys are around. Perhaps if it was just the lionesses, they may take a chance and come through and do a little bit of harassing. We know nothing will sort of mess, not too many other carnivores will mess with a big lion, a big male lion. And you can see they're really, really growing into themselves quite nicely. Even since I've been here, I've definitely seen a change. Their manes are starting to darken now. And of course, they really just have grown into themselves, and it's going to be very exciting to see what they look like at the beginning of the year. Hopefully they'll get nice dark manes too. It would be lovely. But they've gone completely horizontal except one little cub who's really doing a good job at hygiene. Now all we need is we just need one lion to get up and go towards that carcass, and I think that will start a chain reaction and they will all move into that area. Hello, little one. Are you done cleaning yourself now? You look lovely and clean. You've had a lovely bath. I suspected, though, that this was what we were going to come across. So I'm so happy that we got to see the action as we arrived, to see them moving around slightly and the little ones playing for a moment. But we will be patient and we will put up with having to watch the lions sleep, because you all know that patience is the key when it comes to safaris. And if you leave, you could miss a whole lot of amazing things. You can see that male doesn't look like he's eaten too much. He's got a bit of a belly, but not as full as what I thought, but perhaps he is preoccupied. David, was that you?
Sorry.
I don't think it was David, I'm just joking. I think this male lion passed a bit of wind, and we are sitting downwind of him as he did that big roll over. And I got a brief smell, so I thought I would try and call and say it was David. Look at all those ticks on the back of his legs. Oh, it doesn't seem like he's been paying attention too much to personal hygiene. I think he's preoccupied with amber eyes at the moment, but they do occasionally get a few ticks at the back of their legs. And I always notice that the males tend to have them there, whereas the females, I think, pay a little bit more attention when it comes to grooming themselves. Right, let's jump on the back of Jamie's vehicle and see if her afternoon is going as well as mine.